Hi, my name is Reynolds. A few years ago, I developed an amazing system for making money in my spare room at home. And since then, I've been able to give up my job to work just the hours I want to, and already I've banked well over £50 million using this simple, proven system. It's a system I'm going to offer you the chance to copy today. It's a system where I buy something for £5 and I sell it for over £50. And I buy something else for £50 and I sell it for almost £2,000. Let me just say that again. I buy something for £50 and I sell it for almost £2,000. But the really cool thing is I don't have to sell anything face to face or over the phone. I don't have to handle any customers. I don't have to stock loads of products. I don't have to have huge offices, and I don't have to have loads of staff either. In fact, I reckon this system is just about the best way for an ordinary down-to-earth person like you or me to make ourselves some money. You can do it yourself from home or from wherever you fancy living in the world. And you can do it all from either your PC or your laptop or your tablet, like an iPad or something, or you can even run it from your smartphone when you're out and about. Now, I was asked by Wiley, who are one of the UK's major book publishers, if I consider writing about my experience and sharing my proven money-making system in a book as a kind of kickstart for anyone wanting to copy what I do to start their own home-based business in their spare time. So to cut a long story short, I worked with the publishers and I talked to them about how I discovered the system. Everything from my childhood, where I was brought up living in a caravan because my parents didn't have much money, all the way through to a few years ago when I met a very reclusive, softly spoken millionaire over in America who showed me a simple way to make an extraordinary amount of money working just a few hours a week in my spare time. As a result of that chance meeting in America, I immediately flew back to the UK and I handed in my notice at work so I could copy what he did over here in the UK. And the rest, as they say, is like history. In fact, starting on a shoestring in my spare room at home, within just a few years, I'd moved out of my old 3-bed semi on the local housing estate and bought my very first £1 million house that I paid for in cash. In other words, I didn't get a mortgage, I didn't have to take out loans, I didn't borrow any money off anyone. I just handed my solicitor a cheque for over £1 million, which came from the profits that my simple little business had generated. And it's not that difficult to do. I mentioned earlier that I buy something for around £50 and I sell it for almost £2,000. And with that sort of profit margin, it doesn't take long to pull together your first million. In fact, the sort of profit that my little business brings in allows me to drive a lovely Bentley Continental GT, again which I pay for in cash. In my new book, I show you how I went from growing up in relative poverty and not having 2 pennies to rub together to right now where I never have to worry about money ever again. In fact, I remember my first meeting with the publishers when the UK commissioning editor said to me, it was something that kind of took me by surprise. She said, "You're nothing special, you've made all this money." And she was absolutely right. I am absolutely nothing special in the slightest. I'm just an ordinary bloke who a few years back, bored with this full-time job, tired of the commuting in the traffic, fed up with my bosses and sick and tired with just getting by each month, stumbled upon a great way to quietly make money at home. A system that, as I mentioned, went on to see me use it to bank well over £50 million. A system which, for the very first time, I'm now sharing in a brand new book published by Wiley, which we very aptly called Copy This Idea. Now, this isn't some crusty old boring business book. I've included chapters called The First Million, How to Stack the Deck in Your Favour, What Sells Best and How I Make My Money. Now, I mentioned that I buy something for less than £50 and I sell it for around £2,000. In the book, there's a chapter called Where to Get Ready-Made Products to Sell. There's a chapter called How to Go from Making a Few £100 to Banking Your First Million. And one called The Fast Track, so you can get yourself started quickly. There's also a chapter called If You Want to Get Rich, Copy the Rich Bloke. And that's what this is all about, really. If you want to make money, it makes so much sense to copy the ideas of the guy that's already done it. That's what I did. I followed in the footsteps of that reclusive millionaire that I met in the States, and I banked over £50 million. That's what's in this book. This isn't some sort of theory that they teach you at any business school. This is about one ordinary, down-to-earth guy who discovered a great system for making money, which a lot of people don't know about. A system that you can now copy for yourself. Remember, I buy something for £50 and I sell it for almost £2,000. I'll show you what it is that I buy and I'll show you how to copy what I do for yourself at home in your spare time.